Okay guys, how do I put this in a way that's like, right, so as of right now I've been awake for 20 hours, so I'm just going to go have a workout at the gym and go home. You know, I really wanted to go for a bushwalk today and all this type of thing, but it was pouring with rain all day. But because I fell asleep at midday yesterday because work had me stay until 9 o'clock, and then I went, and me being me, I still have to finish what I set out to do. So I went to the gym and it was packed out. There's one in Petone and there's one in Lower Hutt. There's one in Wellington too, but I just didn't think to go to that one. Obviously, because you drive past it, you know. And Google Maps tells you if it's open, if it's closed, or how long it's going to take to get there. But there was no car parking available at the Petone City Fitness. So I went to the Lower Hutt City Fitness. It was all packed out. So I decided, okay, then, well, for the past few weeks I've wanted to get some Indian curries, but every time I went to go get, every time I went shopping, they were closed because of the times I was sleeping. And there's certain days where they're open longer. Certain days they close at like 8 o'clock, 8:30. And my sleeping, and then I relax for a while and I go. Well, here's the thing. I got home from work at 10:30 yesterday because I was looking for car parks, trying to find a thing, and then so I had to take the loss, and I read my chapter of the Apocrypha. I read through my notes that I've taken for my studies, and there was like 5 things that I wanted to do apart from working, and one of them was the gym, and I couldn't do it for these reasons. There's no car parks available at either of the gyms that I go to, City Fitness. So I bought myself some weight scales. So I used to think, why not just do it at the gym? But why not have one at home? I'm changing fast because I keep bumping into things online, and I used to say, like, I got to get to the certain amount of savings first and blah blah blah. But now if it's like if I know it's absolute benefit to my health, it's like I'll pay for it and then I'll put the savings back in if I know I can still get my savings up to $1,000 by the next couple of days. In the past, I wouldn't have done that. I would have waited till the next week, and then I would have forgot about it, blah, blah, blah. So, I was going to get some mullion when I came in here, but I forgot the Health 2000 store's no longer here. So, mullion, So I'm changing fast, because there's like all these things I want to buy for health reason wise, but then at the same time I hate going under $1,000 on my savings, and right now after getting that, and I've got 840 in my savings. Tomorrow I'll buff it up to 1,000. But I'm changing fast. Let's get onto it, okay? I'm changing fast, and societal ableism, because I honestly think that because now Google used to say that autism has nothing to do with narcissism or anything, borderline or anything, but now they're saying like those who have autism sometimes have what society would call higher narcissistic traits. But what I was thinking was, I was doing everything. Like, for example, I had now abuse is abuse. Anyone has shitty behavior, there's no excuse for anything. And I never abused anyone, so I might yell at people who were giving me a hard time continuously, but I never did anything physical, and I didn't do that to people who weren't giving me a hard time relentlessly, Again, I've said previously that I used to self-harm. That's gone right down. There's also this thing that, like, if we get, it's called stimming, right? So we stim and we do all this type of stuff. Like, and that's for regulating from sensory overwhelm, or if we're in a traumatic situation that's got to do with people abusing us, because a lot of people have this mentality of, oh, you're inferior to us, we have the right to treat you any old kind of way. And then they get worse when you stand up to them, but then you keep standing, and then they back off. But then what you got to deal with after that is the ostracization. And then you just end up hanging out with other people. See? I don't intend that to happen, And I'm just saying, when I was earning $200 a week, even though I had a bachelor's degree in Māori studies and a national certificate in youth work, and I'd graduated school, and I had a full driver's license, yet people weren't selecting me because, and then when everyone would say, this is how you're supposed to do things, like, for example, like, maybe I was at I'm giving an example, church Bible group, right? And they would share, this is exactly what it means, and I'll share different opinions, and then they'll try and sham it down my throat. And then people would talk to me in private, and then I'd tell them my opinion, and it wouldn't be the same. And then over time, and I've had these people come up to me like years down the track, because I was always praying to get a job, and then they'll be whining and complaining about their jobs, and I'll be saying, you are lucky, or, like, you shouldn't take your job for granted, because these people weren't even qualified with anything. And I graduated high school, had a bachelor's degree in Māori studies, national certificate in youth work, and a full driver's license. And I bumped into the same people back in 2019 when I was fully employed, and they were like, see, now you know how lucky you had it and how we are right. And I was like, no, actually, life is getting better and better for me. My happiness is skyrocketed from getting this job and holding employment and being employed for the past 3 to 4 years at the time. And then they look at me like, oh my God, do you literally believe that? Do you literally believe that we're not victims, and that, And this lady, and then I didn't really take it in because I don't really care, but this girl who was talking to me like that, she called me a narcissist, and I was like, oh, because I was unwilling to admit to the truth that I had way easier because I hadn't worked in the number of years that she had or something. And here we go again, it's gone to 10 minutes. And, it's just like, for the fact that I'm tired, but I still want to get out there and get things done, and people think that I'm, crazy because even though I have to if it's going to push me to the limits and I'm tired as, I still have to do what I've written down, what I'm going to do each day. Even if all these other things come along and I've had to adjust, and, work holds me on longer or whatever. People have called me as egotistical and all this type of stuff for those reasons, or like I'm trying to build up my self-worth from what I do because I don't have any self-worth from within. Well, honestly, there's like 3 main areas where I get my self-worth from, and the fact is that for the past decade, everything I've written down every single day has always been done. Maybe like if I wrote 5 things a day, right? Let's say once every 2 weeks, one of those things won't be done, but everything else is done. So I have confidence because of that. And I also have confidence because I worked on my own stuff, and